Hi, my name is Deshaun Witter and the date is December 15th, 2019. The time is 10:30 p.m. This milestone was due on the 10th, but we were granted an extra week of work to do, so I am actually 2 days early on my final submission date for this milestone. This is the sixth and final milestone for my overall level disposal, which is a Unreal Tournament deathmatch that I have been creating over the past 5 weeks. And this milestone, got the cursor to show in the last video, but yay. In the last milestone, I was to finish what I was doing with my post-processing. In the last video, I was talking about color grading, changing the overall tint of the scene, and messing with the color scheme overall of the map and whatnot. Another thing I wanted to get into more was messing with the bloom and the intensity of all like the lights, how they reflect and whatnot towards you. Another thing that I was told on the side from my professors and other people were to add some sort of puddle or ripples to the level, make the level feel more alive and less flat, add more hilliness to it, and another thing, more pathways. Getting into the level, I am happy with the overall last product of what I've done. We'll get into what I've added and what I've changed first before we do gameplay. First off, what I've added is foliage. We have foliage scattered all throughout the map now. The main two foliages I used was just grass and a bush. Just surrounded it, put it on top of some of the structures to make them look like it's been there for so long that they're aged and old. Let me change this real fast. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, this foliage was another thing I've done. Oh, moving on to the lighting, one thing I've done with lighting and messing around with attaching pivot points and whatnot to certain things in cable actors after watching tutorials. I've managed to do this with lighting, messing with constraint actors and whatnot. Here's what I managed to do. When it's shot, basically the light moves around, the light goes with it through the makeshift light, and this is a new pathway to go through. Going on to the next lighting that I've done, add this to where more of like a lens flare. Moving on to the next area that I've added lighting to. Got a lot of lens flare going on with the bloom, tweak the bloom a little bit. While we're in the room, we can move on to the next subject, which is set design, which I went heavily into. Could have done more, but with the time that was at hand, I was able to accomplish a little bit more, but could have done more, but I'm happy with what I've done. Got more so, looks more so like an interior, kind of like a junkyard-esque place. Got chains hanging from the place. Particle effects as well in the set design. Has smoke coming from some of the vents. I'll move over to another place where I got particle effects. You can see smoke coming out of this pipe right here. More lighting done to this area. I added a metal floor and whatnot. More weapons throughout here. And then the last part that I put more particle effects was fire coming from some of the barrels. Once again, I'm really happy with what I done with the bloom inside of the post-processing effect. Shows off a lot of like lens flare and whatnot. I'm really happy with the color off, the overall color scheme and how it just gleams, like beams against you. Really satisfying. Lastly, it's going to take a moment, but I'm able to do it. in a short amount of time, and I'll be able to talk a little bit more about the map and what I accomplished in this last milestone while I'm getting this set up. When I move into gameplay, and I had to delete the nav mesh because it was messing up the whole thing when I tried doing anything inside of it. So over the weeks that I was creating this, I had the vision in my head. I wanted to create a junkyard, but make it look like someone lived here in a way, you know. Does this crazy glitch whenever I try to bring in a nav mesh, balance volume. Start saying all types of things are out of control. But it still plays perfectly fine when I bring it in, which is weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the scale to 50 and get an error message probably like a total of 6 times. But oh well. Okay, everything's computing quite well. Yeah, the box is covering the map. Frame rate's dropped, don't worry, but it's just getting all the pathing down and whatnot. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, why it's lagging. It's getting all this down. It's basically the pathing. So now we move into gameplay, what we have not seen at all during all my other milestone videos. Default player start. Before I start, I'll also just show real fast my player spawns to show that I've placed them quite around uniquely as well. Right, here's one, another one. Some of the player starts, I'll tell you about, like right here when you start, kind of start, so it tells you a story right here, you know. See where you're starting off, and there's kind of like a railway, an open box, and then you see the room right here. There's health, and there's gun right around the corner to get right into action. You can also slide out here too. Real nice player spawn. Over here, I paid attention to player spawns because when I'm playing a first-person shooter, I hate to spawn and like just get thrown out into action. And when I'm playing, you'll see it kind of. I am out there in the open a little bit, but that's due to the time that I had at hand to complete said task. But rest assured, I do hate when I spawn in, I don't have enough cover or a weapon to get to at least, or like some type of advantage, because you know I just died. I want to get back. I want to start off on a higher note, you know. I don't want to start off in the same boat or lower, you know. So going to the next player spawn. Some are nearby each other, some aren't. The map is overall small. Spawn you off in cover and whatnot. And this one. Spawn you off once again in cover. This one right here, once again you're able to get to cover. Or you can slide under here and go right inside here. Access to health and a shotgun. Over here, once again, you can either meet in the middle with the standard pistol. First you get to the shotgun wins, unless it's already respawned and whatnot. Player star 8, you spawn in the water. Cover right here, access to right here, there's weapons over there. Same story over here, access to weapons below, and you got verticality advantage, same thing over there. Access to health and weapons below. Same story as the other two, verticality, weapons below and above, access to shooting below, same story, and all the rest is basically vertical too. And then in here you spawn inside of the crate as the last spawn that I have random. You have access to here or here, your choice. You can slide down there, or you can go over here, jump up, get some weapons, or get a weapon down there or whatever. So moving on into gameplay. "12 players was the optimal amount of players that I saw. I had the most fun without getting shot up too much. to a rough start, but as you can see, I'm going to show off the verticality and whatnot and show off the whole gameplay of the map. Vertical advantage always wins. My favorite areas. Fix the floating light in reference to my other 2 videos. Showing off this area gameplay more. Health. Access to health. Would have died if I wouldn't have got health. More health down here to get. Switching to the close quarters gun. And yeah, that's basically my level. Thank you so much for watching.